My name is Cameron Muir and I'm a postdoctoral fellow at the Australian National University in Canberra. Here in Munich, I'm a Carson Fellow. The title of my project is The Broken Promise of Agricultural Progress and Environmental History, and its focus is mainly on Australia and putting the Australian story of agriculture into its global context. The 20th century was marked by great transformations in the scale of agriculture. The industrial manufacture of fertilisers, starting with the Haber and Bosch process in 1913, allowed farmers to import nutrients, and they could farm on soils that were too poor to farm on before. And there was also mechanisation and massive state investment in agriculture, in storage and in water conservation. And these were all in a way, means of trying to conquer the local. Their history of agriculture is intricately connected to the dispossession of Indigenous peoples. So there are ongoing issues of justice there that we need to address. For example, in Australia, Aboriginal people have been fighting for years to have a say in resource management. So we have conservation schemes, environmental protection schemes to try and help deal with the consequences of agriculture, and yet Aboriginal people feel locked out of those decision-making processes. When Europeans arrived and brought cattle and sheep for the first time to this land, a land where no animal with cloven hooves had ever trod the soil before, very quickly the grasses disappeared. This actually astonished the landholders how quickly they disappeared. All of a sudden, large dust storms came rolling out of the plains and shrouded the cities. Hard, spiny vegetation started to invade the grasslands. Rabbits bred in plague numbers, and waterways were degraded. Settlers found themselves in a bloody war with Aboriginal people for control of resources. And this was not how the authorities wanted settlement to occur. They believed agriculture could be a means of returning civilization to the frontier and to stabilise these runaway environmental processes that occurred as a consequence of colonisation. One of our greatest environmental reformers, a man named William McKell, in the 1940s he was shocked by the state of the environment in rural places as a consequence of over-exploitation of soils and water. He wanted to improve the lives of people and address those environmental problems, not just for resource conservation, but for preservation in the sense of protecting special places. But some of his solutions made problems worse. He embarked on a massive dam building and irrigation scheme that degraded Australia's most important inland river system, an area the size larger than Germany. And what happened when McKell was in office and created the Department of Conservation was he institutionalised this split between production and protection. The different departments argued with each other over how best to manage this land. So you had different scientists with different values and approaches all working on the same ecology, but with different ideas about how to look after it. And McKell believed it was a matter of balancing, that you could balance one interest against the other rather than taking a true ecological approach.